Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you for coming. Today I'm just going to be talking about my alopecia journey along with Microlocs and how it's been so far. So if that sounds good, just keep listening. So I guess I'll start on the topic of my alopecia. I have alopecia areata, and that just pretty much means that I have some spots that happen in my head where I have quarter size, some dime size spots where there is baldness. I will link the video to my other journeys that I've already done, either in the cards or at the end of this video if you're interested in watching. If you are thinking about getting microlocs or regular locks or whatever type of locks you are interested in getting, what are your main concerns? Go ahead and leave that down below. But today I wanted to just show you guys what everything is looking like right now. So I think that everything looks a little bit different as far as my hair goes, because since my lock journey has started, I think my hair has thickened up around the edges, and I think in a lot of areas where I was having my bald spots and having my trouble areas. So I'm gonna show y'all that. So I'm gonna start with my edges, and I hope y'all can see this, because so I think my hair looks way fuller. And this side is actually worse than the other side. It's always been a little bit worse as far as my edges go, but can y'all see on this side it looks like it's grown in a lot. I don't know if it's because I have microlocs and it appears fuller, but I kind of am struggling to even tell that I had a bald spot in this area, which is great. So let's look at the back. So I can feel, so this is where my spot is right there. So out of all the spots in my head, this one is like the one that just wants to do what it wants to do. I have hair there, but it's very fine. But funny thing about it is, even though it's fine, I feel like it is still thicker than it was when I was a loose natural. When I was a loose natural. And on my other side, this one, it looks like that. I don't know if I moved the lock out of the way on this side, so I'm gonna move it so y'all can see the split in where the bald spot is. So it's like, between these locks right here, and you know, I kind of just have to start my locks up here because I don't have any hair right here. I'm actually really happy with how everything is looking. I know it's not perfect, however, I do think that I am seeing a lot of progress, and as I said before, any progress is something that I want to celebrate. If you have alopecia and you are seeing hair growth in any of the areas where there previously wasn't any hair, that's a step in the right direction. So big, small, or indifferent, celebrate, because it is still something. I wanted to talk about what my concerns were going into my microloc journey. One of my biggest concerns obviously was going to be the thinning and the bald spots that I already have, and I was just kind of wondering, like, how is my microloc journey going to affect that? There's really no way to know. There's not anyone I could go to that could say, hey, this is going to make it worse or this is going to make it better. So I kind of just thought, well, I'm just going to go for it and do it anyway and just kind of see how it goes. The thought was in my mind, still is in my mind, because I'm still very early into my lock journey. I'm hoping for the best, so hopefully this is the best thing for my alopecia and for my hair. I guess only really time will tell, but y'all just pray for me and we're gonna hope for the best. Another thing I was kind of worried about was like them appearing very thin and kind of more so showcasing my bald spots. Now I have talked about the fact that I have walked around with ponytails and high buns when I got more comfortable with the fact that I was, I had these bald spots and the alopecia just was what it was going to be. However, I won't say that I wouldn't have been a little bit more insecure about the fact that it appeared thin, because I think I would. At first, you could see more of my scalp, and when I don't have a fresh retie like it currently is right now, my hair is not freshly retied, you really can't see my scalp, and I think that that actually helps with the appearance and the fullness of my hair in the problem areas. So I actually didn't know that that was going to be something that was going to be a good thing, but the fact that I'm not necessarily doing a style that is tight to the base, you can't really tell what my problem areas are. So I really do like that. I know a lot of people with Microlocs probably like them crisp and the retighten look. I love it as well. However, I just think for my situation, it may be best for me to not have them as crisp and as clean as everyone else's may be. That is just my personal opinion, because I think for me it just makes my hair appear thicker with my alopecia in my problem areas. I also do like the way it looks when they are retightened though. Another concern and worry that I had was the weight of the lock. I don't want my hair to lose that integrity at the foundation because the lock is too heavy for my hair, and then the next thing I know, my hair is just popping out at the root because it can't take the weight. So that was something else that I had to consider, which is why I decided to go with Microlocs. Another reason is because I feel like over time, this has already started to happen, my thinner looking hair, because it's not being brushed and being combed, is getting thicker. And that, I think, is a really big thing for somebody that's battling with the, you losing your edges or you having bald spots. If you can better conceal certain problem areas because the hair is appearing thicker in that area than before. Another concern that I had was just overall tension, because to interlock them, you have to tie the hair, and so that was one reason why I didn't want to go to a loctician. Not saying all locticians are bad, but I just think I can kind of gauge if something is too tight or it's uncomfortable for me in my condition. Honestly, my Microlocs feel very lightweight and very fluffy. They feel airy. They don't feel heavy at all. Like, this feels like nothing is on my head. And I really, really, really like that. So if I can avoid tension, I definitely will. I think it's probably best that I just let my hair stay down and not put it in ponytails and buns and things like that. So whenever I can, I just kind of let it be free and be loose. I do think that when I was a loose natural, I was more prone, even when I had twists, to put it in a ponytail or a little low bun. Now that I've started this Microloc journey, I have been wearing my hair down a lot more, and I do think that that will make a big difference in the fullness in the back of my hair and on the sides where I had my bald spots as well. I just think the constant pulling really over time will do some wear and tear, especially if you have alopecia or you have thinning edges or very fine hair in certain areas. So I am really excited to see how that plays out. So far, it has been going really well though, and I'm definitely thinking that this was the right decision for me. I'm not really a person that wears my hair in like high buns or high ponytails, because if I did, you guys would definitely be able to see my bald spot in the back, especially being that I have 3 Microlocs in the back. that could cover that spot, but right now they are not thick at all. When I was a loose natural, it looked a lot more full because the hair was loose and you could just kind of brush it over it. But now I can't really do that. I have the 3 locks there, and if it covers the spot, it covers the spot, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And you can just see it. Like right now, I don't know if it's covering or not, but this is an example of what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know if it's covering, but I feel like you can still see it from this side here, or maybe see it through the parting that I have. I think you can see through the parting that I actually have a bald spot. Maybe through the low tension, avoiding the ponytails and things like that over time, that maybe I will see even more growth than I have seen right now in that back spot. I am feeling really good about it, and I'm remaining positive to see what happens. Overall, I do think that this was a good decision for me with my alopecia. I have had a few things happen here and there in my Microlocs journey so far. If you are interested in following that journey, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And I also will keep updating you guys on how my alopecia is doing with my Microlocs. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that this was able to help somebody in some sort of way. If you have it in your heart and you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support. And until next time, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.